This is my DNRS journal. Just some thoughts that I'm having, some insights that I want to share in case it's helpful to other people. And I've been thinking recently, I've been noticing from a lot of videos on the DNRS YouTube channel, which I make a fairly regular diet of watching those, and also in my own case, how there is very often a quick improvement that comes from starting this program. A quick improvement that sometimes will the improvement slows down, but that improvement is enough to reassure you that you're on the right track, and with the understanding that it's going to take time to retrain and so forth. But just thinking about why this quick improvement. Here's my idea is that your thought, right? The idea of DNRS is you're using your conscious mind, your thought, to disrupt neural pathways that have become rutted in connection to your limbic system. That your conscious thought is part of this connection, this limbic connection. And so your thought all along probably has been contributing to your limbic dysfunction, because your limbic system has been on hyper alert, right? It's become oversensitized. It's the wounded animal that is now somewhat paranoid. That paranoia, which is part of your animal brain, has been fed, understandably, right? Understandably, by your conscious mind, as you are yourself trying to figure out, why am I sick? Most people with limbic dysfunction, their symptoms are, kind of all over the map. They're kind of sprawling. They're new ones. It's not really clear often why, what's triggering it, when and why, and so forth. They're all very puzzling, and that in itself makes you kind of hypervigilant, just in your conscious mind, which is also informing your limbic system. Like, we don't know what's going on. It's dangerous out there. So your limbic system picks up on this. And when you start with this program, you are using your conscious mind already to disrupt that pathway. Disrupt that pathway by sending a different signal to your limbic system, which has been being trained in a different way for a long time. Secondly, the second reason I think that there is a sudden, a quick improvement is the emotional element. Okay, so your thought connected to your emotion, connected to the symptoms. There's sort of a triad there with your limbic system. I'm thinking as somehow the hub, or a hub, connecting these three things. And one thing about chronic illness is it's depressing, it's frustrating, and especially if you are under the impression and been told by doctors, as I was, that this is something that you're going to unfortunately have with you for the rest of your life. And then again, going back to not sure where it's coming from, why are my symptoms changing, why am I sick now in places that I wasn't sick before, all that it brings all kinds of bad emotions along with it. So with the idea that you can fix this, not just avoidance of more and more things, and detoxing and binders and so forth and so on, but that this is fixable. Your limbic system is fixable. That provides an enormous emotional boost right off the bat. So in this this limbic triad of symptom, thought, and emotion, all of which have been bound together and will loop on themselves, that thought and that hope are two immediate factors, forces that are disrupting that deeply embedded, ingrained, habituated neural connection. That I think has just an immediate kind of impact. You notice the impact pretty quickly, commonly with DNRS. Yes. Now, uh, you're also told to expect 6 months. I'm sure that's a somewhat arbitrary number. It's obviously going to be different for everybody. But the point is, it's not a switch that you're just flipping. They got flipped on. You're going to flip back off through this process. This is in your deep animal brain, your core brain, uh, and it's been habituated over a long time. And these neural pathways are physical, ruts, as it were. That's going to take a while to unrut, to rehabituate, to retrain. So that, of course, takes time. But you can use the motivation of that initial success to confirm that you're on the right track. So anyway, so that's the thought I wanted to share. Hope that helps. Take care. Bye.